If a nuclear bomb detonated tomorrow, would cockroaches truly emerge unscathed, while humans vanish without a trace? This striking question has fueled myths and sparked curiosity for decades. The idea of cockroaches surviving nuclear fallout is both unsettling and fascinating. In this section, we'll delve into the origins of this claim and examine whether these resilient insects really possess the power to outlast humanity in the face of nuclear disaster. The idea that cockroaches would inherit the Earth after a nuclear war has become a popular myth in modern culture. This belief stems from the cockroach's reputation for being incredibly resilient and able to survive in harsh environments where other species might perish. The notion has captured the public imagination, symbolizing both the fragility of human civilization and the enduring power of nature. It reflects our fascination with survival against all odds, as well as our anxieties about the consequences of nuclear conflict. Over time, this myth has been reinforced by stories, movies, and even scientific speculation, making cockroaches unlikely icons of post-apocalyptic survival. Ionizing radiation is a type of energy that can remove tightly bound electrons from atoms, creating charged particles. When this radiation passes through living tissue, it can damage the DNA inside our cells. Fast-dividing cells, like those in our skin, stomach, and bone marrow, are especially at risk because they are constantly copying their DNA, making them more likely to accumulate mistakes. This is why humans are particularly vulnerable to ionizing radiation, as our bodies rely on many rapidly dividing cells to grow, heal, and function properly. Damage to these cells can lead to health problems, including an increased risk of cancer. The cell cycle is a fundamental process shared by both humans and insects, involving stages of growth, DNA replication, and cell division. However, the speed at which cells divide can vary significantly between species. In humans, cells often divide rapidly, especially in tissues that require frequent renewal. In contrast, insects like cockroaches exhibit much slower rates of cell division. This slower pace means that fewer cells are in the vulnerable stages of the cell cycle at any given time, which contributes to the cockroach's remarkable resistance to radiation, as radiation tends to damage actively dividing cells most severely. Cockroaches undergo a life cycle that begins with eggs, which hatch into nymphs. These nymphs resemble smaller versions of adult cockroaches, but lack fully developed wings and reproductive organs. As they grow, cockroaches molt several times, shedding their exoskeletons to accommodate their increasing size. This molting process is crucial, as it allows for cellular repair and renewal, which may contribute to their resilience. The combination of frequent cell regeneration and a relatively slow rate of cell division helps cockroaches better withstand radiation compared to many other organisms. Cockroaches are often celebrated for their remarkable resilience, particularly their ability to withstand harsh environments. However, it's important to note that they are not truly indestructible. While cockroaches can survive levels of radiation that would be lethal to humans, extremely high doses can still kill them. Their toughness has limits, and they are susceptible to certain environmental threats. This demonstrates that, despite their reputation, cockroaches are not immune to all forms of harm. Radiation exposure is measured in units called grays. For humans, a dose of around 4 to 5 grays is typically lethal without medical intervention, and exposure above 8 grays almost always results in death. In contrast, laboratory tests have shown that cockroaches can survive doses as high as 100 grays, and some species have even endured up to 300 grays. This remarkable resilience highlights the significant difference in radiation tolerance between humans and cockroaches. Cockroaches are often celebrated for their remarkable ability to withstand radiation. But how do they truly compare to other famously resilient creatures? Fruit flies, for instance, can survive radiation doses even higher than cockroaches, making them formidable in their own right. Tardigrades, however, surpass both, enduring extreme radiation levels that would be lethal to most life forms. This comparison highlights the fascinating spectrum of biological resilience found in nature. By examining these tough survivors, we gain a deeper understanding of what it takes to endure in a post-nuclear world. Cockroaches are renowned for their remarkable adaptability, which has allowed them to thrive in diverse and challenging conditions. Their diet is incredibly varied, enabling them to consume almost anything from food scraps to decaying matter. These insects can survive in harsh environments where many other species would perish, tolerating extreme temperatures and limited resources. Additionally, cockroaches reproduce rapidly, with some species capable of producing hundreds of offspring in a short time. These combined traits make them especially resilient, suggesting they could recover quickly even after catastrophic events like nuclear fallout. While it's often believed that cockroaches could survive a nuclear apocalypse, the reality is more nuanced. Cockroaches are indeed resilient, but they are not immune to high levels of radiation and would likely perish in the immediate aftermath of a nuclear blast, just like most other living creatures. Their survival rates depend on the intensity and duration of exposure, and they are far from indestructible. So, after considering the facts, do you still think cockroaches are the ultimate survivors? If you enjoyed exploring these wild science paradoxes, there's much more to discover. Stay tuned for upcoming breakdowns on nuclear survival and other fascinating scientific mysteries. By subscribing, you'll never miss the latest insights and thought-provoking content. Expand your understanding of the world with each new episode.